Streamlined Record Updating, introducing the record update button. So here we will be able to, we have introduced a record update button for two modules or two bills to be precise. That is a sales order and invoice. So here the advantage is data update made easy, update records without going into the edit mode, efficient workflow, streamline the process of updating sales orders and invoices, and time saving feature as well. So let's take an example. We have plenty of custom fields, right? And there will be times in which we have to, well, this custom field will be speaking about statuses. All right. So I'll just give you a hint, or I'll just show it to you. Let's go to the settings section. Let me take the first branch. And we have so many options. Under general preferences, you could see right under custom fields, we have the record update button. So like we were speaking about, under two modules, we have introduced a record update button, which is for invoice and the sales order part. Like I was telling, we can create a lot of custom fields, and we can create the custom fields for different modules, for all these modules. And we're talking about the record update button. So let's create it for an invoice right now. First of all, we need a custom field for it. And the custom field name will be like delivery status. This is just an example. There'll be plenty of use cases with which you will be able to work with. What's the speciality of delivery status? The name itself speaks for itself, right? Status, you'll have to change the status every time. So in such situations, the field type that we choose will be drop down, and we can provide different drop downs, maybe in process or in transit, then maybe delivered. I can add on hold. So maybe these three will be the statuses. Anything else, I think I can also add processing. Or I don't think it's necessary. We could say that initially it will be in transit, then if it's delivered or not, or it's hold or anything like that. But the important part here is that when the status changes, we have to manually change it, right? In usual circumstances, we go to the invoice option, we use the edit option, we edit it. So I'm not going to put it in the client's view. Let's submit it. And for delivery statuses, each time you want to change the delivery status, it's like I was telling, you need to go to the edit option, you need to edit it. Now the first question here is, should we give an edit privilege to somebody who shouldn't edit it? I mean, I don't think that's a correct way to present this. But okay, let's pitch it like this. To whom all should we give the edit privilege to an invoice to, of an invoice to? So that's it's a conundrum there itself. This is where the record update button comes into picture. In normal circumstances, let's create an invoice. Let's create Ravindran as the customer. And yeah, books. I'm going to select two items. Let's say this is the invoice, and I need to deliver this somewhere. So initially, when you're creating this invoice, you can look at the custom field created, delivery status. It will be in transit, or maybe process, or anything like that, which is less than the sales price. Minimum sales price. I'm not sure how much is the minimum sales price that I've set. Yeah. So the invoice is saved right now, and the delivery status is in transit. And if I want to make a change, what should I do? Or somebody, if you want to edit it, to that person, you should give the edit privilege. And he or she will be going into the edit portion, and they will be manually changing this every time. If it's on hold, and then if it is delivered, then again you'll have to edit it. So it's a tedious process. It's a redundant process. And this is where the record update button comes in. So okay, we'll go to the record update button, and for invoice, we already have a record update button, which I've already created. We'll be creating a new one right now. I'll just show you a preview here. Now, for every normal invoice, these all will be the options. You don't see something like this. So this new record is something that I've already created. It's there. So if you want to create a new record update button, okay, name. So delivery status itself, or delivery update, or anything like that. I'm going to show you another thing at the very end. Now, the roles. That's the first validation here. To which all roles should be provided? Should be provided to this privilege just to a full administrator, or a project member, test user, or an SPA. So if I want to select multiple roles, I'll be able to do that. Next thing, you need to provide a description, because description is important. If you have a bunch of record update button, then sometimes there are chances that you may get confused, right? Otherwise, you will have to go and view it. That's gonna, be difficult sometimes. So description. So button to update the delivery status. Okay. Now there are two custom fields associated with invoice right now. Because if you check, there are two custom fields. If you want to add both of these custom fields, you can do that. You can select multiple custom fields right now. But I'm going to just add delivery status right now, because that's the way the process goes. That was the example we have taken, and see the roles: full administrator and a project member. And I'm submitting it. Okay, for both of this, these are full administrator and project member. Next, I can come here. Let me reload this page, and you could see the deliveries update itself. So when this or these items are delivered, I could just directly come here. I don't want, let's say it's just a salesperson, right? He or she should update it. In normal circumstances, we won't be giving the edit access to a salesperson once the invoice is created. Why? Because there are chances that he could manipulate the data, or knowingly or unknowingly, he could make a mistake. So discrepancies can come in if you provide such kind of privileges. So in this situation, what we do is we provide delivery update right here itself, and by selecting the right status and submitting, and you could see the status got changed. So this is the way in which the record update button works. So the record was updated successfully. Now there's an issue, right? Who should see this? So I'm returning back here. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to remove the full admin. A project member should only see this. And if I return back and I reload this page, it would see that new record update button is present. If I want to remove that also. If I want to remove that also, that's it. So right now, we've just introduced record update button for two modules. That is a sales order and invoice. And you'll only be able to update it for custom fields. You can add multiple custom fields for creating a record update button. With the help of a single record update button itself, you'll be able to update the status, or you will be able to change things with regards to multiple custom fields. That's one thing. You can restrict it with the help of users, and in the future, we'll be able to restrict it with respect to, we'll be able to, right now, you can restrict it with the help of roles. In the future, we'll be implementing it for users as well. All right, then you provide the description, and then you add the custom fields, and you save it. And right on top of an invoice, along with payments, mark as PDF, all these features, you will be able to see it. If you as a user, having a certain role, do have access to this particular field or update button access or privilege. This is the way in which the record update button works. I hope